It is the Speakeasy podcast where we talk about the behind the scenes of what it is to be the paid, successful speaker and author. With that being said, I am your host, Alcibiades Pelzer, the voice coach, professional speaker, certified life coach, Amazon bestselling author and podcaster. And founder of the World Voice League. Guys, I am excited. So, about our guest today, first of all, she's super cuters and super amazing. And we were sitting here chatting it up. And then I looked at the time and was like, oh, yeah, we got to go live. Yeah, that part. But, you know, she is a voice coach. And the reason why I know you hear the excitement is because she's not just a voice coach for those who sing, but also for those who speak, which is really important. And we're going to talk about that crossover a little bit on today's episode, which a lot of people may not realize that there is such a huge crossover for those who sing and those who speak. But then we're also, listen, the conversation got a little deep, got a little real. We even pressed record.
Oh, yes.
Yo, yeah. So we're going to come to you with some great information today, but I want Deonna to go and introduce yourself to the audience and tell them a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Hi, you guys. Look, that's what I do all the time. My name is Deonna Marie, and I always say I'm coming to kick it with you for a minute right quick. Okay, so it's so many things that I do, but I'm an opera singer, and I am also a vocal coach and an actor, and so I do lots of different things, and all the things that I do is around the voice. And so because I do get to do different voiceovers and acting reels and just different things that I'm involved in with the voice and just speaking every day and all the things that really carry the weight on our vocal cords. Oh yes, I'm a specialist, and I became a specialist because I went without a voice for 2.5 years, and all because of the way I was speaking. And yes, I'm a trained singer, and I went to school, and I have 3 degrees in voice, in vocal pedagogy and opera performance. It was the way I was speaking. And so it really brought some light. And just think about this, you guys. If your voice was to be gone, what would you do? I thought I was going to die. I didn't know what I was going to do because I don't know anything else, And so that's why I really push the importance of actually knowing about your instrument, because you'd be surprised the different things that you can do to take care of your instrument, to preserve it so you sound younger because the voice ages, right? And so it's just a lot of different aspects that people I don't think about. And you can attract people, you can attract money with your voice, okay? And you can attract a whole another demographic of people than you probably think you can if you might tweak a little bitty things in your voice. You can gain an international following. So I'm aiming to help people to do that. And that's it. Yeah. I guess. There's more, but
oh my goodness. So I'm super excited because, first of all, she just said something that was really powerful, is that you can attract.
Well, yes.
You can attract not only money, but you can attract an international audience with your voice. So let's start with that. Cool. Because one of the things that I'm always coming in contact with my clients, or even with people who come, everybody wants free advice.
Ooh, don't do that. I just got hot.
Everybody wants free advice, but you always have people who come and say, I don't know if I can be a speaker. I don't know if that's something I can do. Mm-hmm. And my response is always, why wouldn't you? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't you?
Right,
so
right.
If somebody were to come to you and say, well, I don't know if I can really use my voice. I don't really know if I have what it takes to use my voice. What would be your response to them? Like quick action, first response.
My quick action, first response, I would probably just evaluate their voice right then. As they're talking to me, as people are talking, I'm automatically filtering their voices. And I don't mean it, it's just what I do. So I'll probably tell them, okay, you need to do this, 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 and that. And you could, and what happens, those people that you're talking about, because there are the people that come, I can help catapult them above the people that they're admiring. Oh yeah, because they have enough know-how anyway to come and seek the help. Okay, and so then I can help them build bridges. I can help them build bridges to Italy and to to Germany and to just China and just different places, so they can be able to speak the language, even though it's English, that can reach other people, and while building their voices and taking care of it at the same time. So it's really cool. So I would just evaluate their voices to answer your question. I would say, okay, well, I think you said this a little bit fast. You're not breathing here, here, here. You can also use your vowels to ride this or this or that. And go ahead and show them what I can do right now. Okay, I don't waste time. Okay. I hope
it's so interesting because again, it's, you know what? Okay, let me show you what can actually be done.
Exactly. There's no time.
It's great. It's a lot of people talking about what can be done.
Oh, they do, don't they?
Show you.
I just show them up front. That's all.
Let me just put that in your court. Let me just put that in your thing.
Yeah,
There's something you said while we was talking before the record button was on, before the live button was on.
Yeah.
We was already literally sleepwalking through life and business.
Oh, yes.
Go a little deeper with that one. People
I would love to.
Sleepwalking through life and business.
I think a lot of people are focused on the wrong thing. We live in a popcorn society people want it right now. And let me tell you something. It didn't for me, let's just say for me and for you and everybody else. It took me 15 years to gain this knowledge about the voice. It took me to go without a voice. It's $500,000 in debt. See, people don't even think about stuff like that. They're thinking about the finished product, what you can do, what they see you do, and not the blood, sweat, and tears it took you to get there. You see, and so they don't want to do none of that. They want to see you, and they want to do a podcast right now today. Can you teach me how to do that? Can you think through a concept first? Can you think about your why first? Can you get, you feel, who's your target? Who you talking to? These are the things that people, they don't know, and they're not even answering, and they're upset because they're not where you are or where another person is, but you haven't done the legwork. And sometimes that takes time. See, people try to put time limits, and you can take classes and you can do all these things, but everybody processes things differently. And you never know the pieces that different people have, you see. But for me, I want all the pieces, you feel me? So that takes time to do that, because I could just hire people out to do everything, but no, then that's less that I know, you see. So people are so in a rush to get to the finished product, they're not enjoying the journey. They're not taking the time that it takes to actually perfect what it is they say they do. And that annoys me more than anything. How are you going to use your voice and don't know nothing about it? Get out of here with that, please. And thank you. Kindly. Okay? God bless you. But if you're going to be a speaker and you feel like you have something to tell the world, you have something that you just can't stop then that means you have to learn your voice. It's not just about the trauma that you've been through. We know what that's like. It's not just about, now you have to learn how to articulate it. You have to learn how to ebb and flow so you can be, so you can talk to different walks of life. You don't just talk to Black people. You can talk to white people. You got Asian people. You got people. Sex trafficking is huge where I'm from. Where I'm living in Oklahoma, it's like the biggest hub. You understand? So it's different walks of life of people that have gone through what you've gone through. But if you don't take the time to learn how to speak to people, to learn how to find your true voice. See, it's not just talking. People are so funny. They think because they can talk that's it. But no. Because the voice is a spiritual thing. You got to find that anchor, the oneness inside of you, so that you can reach out to other people and you can relate to them. But people don't want to take the time to do that, and they don't want to invest in themselves to do that because they're trying to get it right now. Well, that's fine, but you're only going to go so far. If you want to go to the top, you got to do a little bit more blood, sweat, and tears. It's just what it is, or you can sleepwalk through life and pretend like this is not what it is, and that's fine. But look, I'm reality. Maybe I should be a reality coach. I know. I just added another one. I did. Okay. Listen. Hey.
And that's what it is, literally. So yes, we are in a microwave popcorn society where everybody wants everything here and now. I want to be on stages where I'm speaking and making $20,000 here and now. I want to sell 1 million copies of my book and be on a New York Times bestsellers list here and now. But you don't learn the basics. You don't learn the foundation. And so literally you're building your speaking career on a house of cards.
Baby, on quicksand, and you don't even know you sinking. That's sad. You know, because you and everybody else, we work very hard. We work very hard to follow you get up in the morning, got up in the morning, and I follow you in coaching. That's my time. Time is valuable. It's the most valuable thing. This is the only thing you really can't get back. And so I'm really cognizant of who I'm listening to, who's pouring into me, what all of these things, okay? And so it's important that people begin to monitor their time so they can better themselves, because I can't, this, you're so crazy. So my new book that I just wrote, it's launching tomorrow. New year. It's not new year, new you. You know how people say new year, new you. And I can't. You know why? You so silly. Because people are studying, reinventing themselves and searching for honey, can you find you first? Okay. So my book is called New Year, Find You. Okay. Stop feeling overwhelmed, and live fearlessly. Once you begin to hone into yourself, your gifts, your talents, your purpose, and you take all the bad things that you've gone through, it could be rape, molest, it could be suicide, it could be incest. I mean, I've been through all of those things, you understand? And so you have to understand that even in that, you got to go through some drudge to find your voice, because somebody took some stuff from you, you understand? And so you got to refine your voice, and then you have to train the voice that once you find it, that takes what? Time. Okay? But yeah, I'm going to drink to that.
It's so, listen, I tell people all the time, listen, it's not an overnight success model. There's no such thing. I get it. The overnight success now takes about at least 7 years.
Oh, we're on our way.
Yet holding on. Holding on. 7 years. Mm-hmm. Understand that, yes, there is going to be blood, sweat, and tears. Yes, there will be mistakes. Yes, there will be opportunities that are missed. Yes, there will be moments where you have to say no to people.
Oh, Lord. No is a beautiful thing. Not just to drugs, okay? Some of y'all don't use drugs. People are your drugs. And so you're saying yes, yes, yes to everything, okay? And you're walking around looking spiritually skinny and you understand, and looking malnourished because you done said yes to everybody and except yourself. And I'm saying, find yourself.
Say it one more time.
Listen, I don't even know what I said. I be gone. Come on.
People is your drug.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And people want to look down on other people. And it's so funny because, see, I'm writing another book called From the Crack House to the Opera House. See, I don't look like what I've been through, huh? But it's so funny how we judge people and say, oh, they are crackhead. But see, you on drugs and you don't even know it, man. You okay? You don't even know it. Get out of here with that, man. Because I done been on both sides, you understand? So I'm looking at people on drugs and off drugs. I'm like, all y'all addicted. What you talking about? You addicted to the people. That's why you haven't done anything to better yourself. Okay? But I ain't trying to be, what does Coach say? No tea, no shade. I took that from you, Coach. I love you. You feel me? So that's what it is. So it's about finding out where your drug of choice is. It could be coffee, it could be men, it could be just saying yes sometimes. And you got to find that out. And what does that take? Time. And you got to take the time to do that before you can even find the voice. You understand? It's layers to this thing, And people don't want to go through the layers. And because I'm a therapist too, okay, I can see, and this is another thing that's specialty about how I teach. I take people through the necessary layers to cut through the drudge, to cut through the stuff that was stopping them in the first place. And because I've been through a lot of things that a lot of these people, women especially, have gone through, so because people, have their degrees and so that's cute. But once you go through some things, then that's when you become a master, I think. Now, it's just my opinion. What do I know except a lot? But, I say that. I think I'm going to coin that. I need to do that. You'll
It's
put it on
true
teaching.
though. It's definitely true. You can learn a certain degree of stuff from a book. You can learn a certain degree of stuff from a training. You can learn a certain, but when you have lived it, I tell people, listen, the reason why I empower women to be able to stop being a people pleaser, the reason why is because I was the people pleaser. The reason why I can tell you that, listen, it's time for you to stop living paycheck to paycheck, because I lived paycheck to paycheck. I came off of welfare. I was homeless. Why can I tell that and share that and empower other women to no longer live in that area? Because I've been there and I'm not there anymore. So we got to understand, sometimes we go and we chase down people because of their name. We chasing them down because of their name and because of their Instagram following. Not understanding
that they can buy followers. Anyway, it's fine. Go ahead. Don't do that. Don't do
that. Listen, not understanding that they can't even relate to your story.
Right. Real talk. Exactly.
They can't relate to your story. They can't relate. You're going and getting financial advice from somebody who's married with children, and you're not married with children, and you don't understand that there's going to be a big difference.
That's what I'm saying. But they want to come to you and say, can you do a podcast now? You don't get out of here. You shut up. Okay? It's going to take at least 6 to 8 sessions for me to get through. And the thing is, it's so beautiful. And these are the things that I think we as human beings avoid, because we don't want to relive these things that happen. We don't want to relive the childhood names that we were called. We don't want the uncle, cousin, brother sometime that done touched us. We don't want to go through the foster care system, the attempted suicide. You don't want to go through these things. But let me tell you something, is those are the things where you find yourself. Those are the things, because if you made it through those, and I know I'm talking to a lot of people who have, a lot of women who have, if you made it through that, then you're much stronger than you think. Don't sleepwalk through that, because you made it through the worst already. You know, don't keep sleepwalking. Wake up to yourself, okay? And stop trying to find everybody else, man. Because you're doing everybody in your life and your kids, your husband, whoever, a disservice. Because if you haven't taken the time to find yourself and walk in your purpose, then everybody missing out, especially you.
Right? Especially. Now, we talked about a little bit earlier how there is a crossover between, because you are an opera singer. That's why I was like, she is super cuters. Like, that is so amazing.
I love it. Love the languages. I love all of it. Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And there is a huge crossover between being a speaker and being a singer. And people...
Why do you say that? Why do you say?
I say that from my experience of dealing with family members who are who are singers, and just knowing just the simple things like the breathing techniques and your posture when you're speaking, and how that affects the breathing and how you're able to, that part of it. And it's interesting because as a speaker, most speakers do not even tap into that piece of being the successful speaker.
And do you know, listen to me, I don't care how powerful you are. I don't care how many people follow you. If you were to hone into your voice and master that, that's where the power really is. If you haven't done that, what you really doing is pedaling around on the surface. And there's some very powerful people that even if they pedal around on the surface, they got a whole bunch of people and a whole bunch of money, you understand? But what I'm saying is, what I'm offering is, if you were to take a moment to really get in the root of your soul, of your voice, ain't nobody stop you, man. But people, they want to settle for the little okie doke. That's fine. Okay? But I'm saying it doesn't matter what, I'm talking about big or small followings. No, it doesn't matter. You perfect your voice, it's power. The voice starts wars, you see. Starts and end wars, all these things. It's the voice. I'm just putting that out there, and it behooves me really to see so many passionate speakers with following. I see you. Okay, I love you. Passionate speakers with passionate speakers with followings and people that, and they haven't even scratched the surface of their voice. I hear it. I know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, ooh, just think of how much more. I'm talking about, it's like energy, you understand? You got an energy boat inside of you, and that's just bubbling. And a lot of people only bubbling from here up. You got a whole body. I'm talking about bubble from your toes, you know? And let do you, and then this, you can't be contained, you see. Okay? So that's why I'm so passionate about it, because I know. And I'm like, why is everybody not doing this? But because people think when you say voice teacher, they say, oh, I don't sing. Oh, you speak though. What you mean? Who's teaching what? You know what I'm saying?
And you said it. You said the magic word. They settle. They settle. You settle for being I'm not going to say that.
I know. I felt it.
But you knew what I was going to say. Y'all heard it.
They know too. They know.
You settle with being half, but
mm-hmm.
when you can actually be at 100%, and being at 100% allows you to go further, connect with more people, make more money, be success. Listen, your success relies heavily on you. So why wouldn't you go and try to attain everything that's due you or that's needed in order to reach that success?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked, because I got so glad. It takes work. Listen. Okay, so I train people. I tell people I'm a vocal coach, right? And I tell people, if you want to train with me, I help you for the Olympics, you know? If you want to win the gold. It's cute if you want to do like a community 5K. I love it. I haven't done one. I don't want to. It's not what I want to do. It's great. But I can't. But I want to. But I want to win the Olympic gold. If you want to understand the voice and how, you know, I listen to Oprah and just all the different people who speaks to us, what's happening with their voices. I follow their vocal coaches. I know what's going on, you know? And I'm like, oh, okay, that's why they low key be laughing at us, because we can't get past this. Even if we're at the top of where we are at our, they're like, yeah, we can't have, no, because, you know? And so, and because I do film and television and stuff, a lot of times, like, you know, when I do a voiceover, right, they, like, can you change your voice a little bit? You know what I'm saying? And it's fine. It's not a problem. What you want. And so because of that, I can do different accents on the spot. I can change my voice for this and that, you see? And so it's really cool, because even if you're speaking to people, you can go like, hi, they love me. Oh my gosh, you guys. I do that. I'm playing with my voice. People don't do that. I know they don't. You got to be like children. So I'm people are like, oh, you're so high. And I'm like, I'm really just playing with my voice. I know, because I need to keep this range. You understand? You know what I'm saying? And people might not know what I'm doing. That's fine. I am kind of crazy anyways. But I'm just saying, I'm a little bit touched. I'm touched. It's fine. Touched. But it's like, you know, we have to be like children, and we become adults and we forget. Let me ask you this. You know how sometimes you can get hoarse when you speak too long, your voice is tired? Tell me this. Do you have children? Huh? I don't have any, so I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do. Children, they can speak, they can cry for hours on end, can't they? God, can't they?
Come
just
on.
cry? They don't lose their voice. You think about that. They don't. So we were born with the natural ability to fully use our instruments. We grow up and we walk away from it, you see. So I just take people back to infancy. That's all I do. And remind them what they were equipped with when they were born, you see. Yeah, that's all. You know, we walk away from things when we grow up, and some of those things were innately already put in us, you know? And so the power of the voice is already given to all of us, because if you're crying as a baby for hours and hours without getting hoarse, then you already have the power. We just lose it. That was good. What? I'm going to drink on that. I'm just drinking water, y'all. Don't come for me. Girl, people are like, oh, she had some gin in that cup because she
like,
was
what she drinking? She on the episode drinking. What she drinking? She was drinking.
That's why I have to say it. I know what I'm talking about. You're so crazy.
It's so interesting, you know, this journey. And this is what it is. It's a journey. this journey will take you to so many different, what you thought was an end of yourself. It'll take you to so many different boundaries that you thought was the end of you and extend it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we never, understand that until we're in the midst of it. And, one of the things that we're always asking is for our territory to be expanded, right? We want to be able to do more. We want to be the international speaker. We want to do TEDx. We want to do all these different things.
Mm-hmm.
But then we don't realize that it means that at some point you're going to have to get to what you already call your boundary, what you already call your outer ring, and
Mm-hmm.
extend it and go above it and climb over that little and climb over that little thing.
Ain't
And
that it? Yeah.
it ain't always.
You have to. Yes, it's so true. And for me, because I was on on drugs, and it was really bad, and I was getting high with my mother and stuff like that. So this is the thing. I've done a lot of bad things to my voice and to my but when when God got a hold of me, I knew I was supposed to sing and use my voice, but I had no idea. I would be singing it. This is after drugs, okay? I didn't know. First of all, I didn't even know Black people sang opera. Let's just be honest, okay? I'm like, who? Where did they do that at? Okay? So, and I was 25 when I started. Most people start at high school. I was in foster care. You understand what I'm saying? I was going from foster home to foster home, so I didn't have that luxury to do that. But it never left me. And so I don't really take excuses very well, because I grew up, and like I said, I don't know where the money came from. God is good, but $500,000 later, I've been all over the world and talk and voice seminars and singing and jazz festivals and opera. And when you master your voice, you can do anything. Okay, I can sing anything. Don't trip. Okay, I don't limit you. I master my voice so I can speak. I can do voiceovers. I can speak to you. I can sing classical music. I can sing Whitney, any kind of genre. I'll sing for you guys. You want me to? I can show you, because I like to show me state. I should have been from Missouri. I should have, instead of Michigan. Y'all can tell I'm a little bit silly. I'm a little bit touched. But okay, so all right, so I'm gonna sing a little bit of Summertime. Just to show you the difference. Because Summertime is from an opera. It's from an all-Black opera, Porgy and Bess. So we know Summertime as a standard. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Right? That's great. Or, so my body's already set up. I'm already hyped up. And so it's a whole nother sound. It's a whole nother, so you have to be able to switch your body, switch everything really quickly. And when you can do that, you can do the voice. And I'm not warmed up, so I can't keep going. But you so crazy. But I'm planning on doing that. But it takes preparation. So like I would have warmed up probably 30 minutes before. And I did a little exercises so my voice is ready to speak, but not to sing, which is a difference, And so, but the body is always ready. It's always the same. And you just want to, you want to get ready. Getting up, not getting ready. You feel me? People get up and be like, okay, I'm good. How didn't you just fly somewhere across the country? Do you know the things you have to do to prepare your voice to speak after you fly? What? Did you say you were menstruating? Get out of here. Do you know the things you have to do to prepare your voice when you're menstruating, before you menstruate? You understand? This is real life. And if you're driving across country, do you know that the wear and tear in your voice to be in a car with this amount? Do you understand what I'm saying? Flying really gets you. When people fly, go to the room, go speak. That's fine. You only got so many miles on your voice. I promise. Just saying. And you become weaker and weaker and weaker if you're not strengthening your voice. It's a muscle. It's a muscle. If you're not doing anything to strengthen your muscle, it's losing power all the time. I don't care how big your reach is. Make it bigger by strengthening your instrument and understanding what that is.
That's it. And you got to think about it. There's no business that will not always be looking for the better or the best for their business.
Exactly.
They're going to look for the best way to send out emails, the best person that's going to do flyers, the best way to market. They're always going to be looking for the best. As a speaker, why wouldn't you do the same?
I don't know. I just don't get it. Perfect that thing. So you can tell somebody, you know what, it's 3 days out and I really need to hydrate and get, okay, I'll see you then. You know,
exactly.
You know, because the voice is like a hug. You want to hug somebody with your voice. You want to, if they were blind, you want to smile at them with your voice. You want to pull them in. What are you attracting with your voice? Are you just attracting the same people that look like you? That's fine. But let's think about that. If your voice is as powerful, let's reach out to other people and help other people and grow our businesses. That's what it's about. What are you attracting with your voice? So I tell people, they say, what do? I say, I help people attract money with their voice, period. So whether you want to act, because I'm an actor, professional actor and singer, and voiceover, and so I train in all of these things. So I help people to find their voices. And even if it's on social media and they can't talk in front of the camera and they're inside, I help people find their voices in general. That's it.
And so one of the things that I always ask every guest that comes on is I say, so in this journey, there are some blunders.
Oh, yeah.
And it can be, wardrobe malfunctions, making your book, font too small, all types of stuff.
Yeah.
What has been a blunder for you in this journey that you can think of right now?
A blunder. That's, oh man. Okay. So something, I know, because for me, I invested everything I had, okay, to tell the people what I just told you right now. And I failed. I lost everything. I believe in this thing so much that I invested to try to expand my reach and to tell people, and I lost everything. And so, it was a hard blow for me because for many things, but it's so deep sometimes. You say blunder, and I hesitated because I lost everything, but I found myself. You understand? So now I ain't tripping about who know or not. The people who are supposed to come will come. And everything will be just fine. But sometimes, y'all, you gotta lose some things. Sometimes it's just God, the universe, Allah, Buddha, whatever, is trying to tell you something. And we hard-headed little children, and we don't listen all the time. So sometimes you gotta, we think it's the devil. No, sometimes God is trying to talk to you. And for me, I was that yes person, and I was saying yes to too many people and wasn't getting compensated for what my vast knowledge is. So that's why I said yes is my new best friend. We went out to lunch yesterday, matter of fact. I'm starting to date No. I know, such a wonderful gentleman. I know. I wish I would have met him earlier. Okay, so now I'm just I am confident that the people that are supposed to come that really want to know, they will come. And so like I said, so that could be a blunder to some people, when you start a business and you're super knowledgeable and you have the degrees, you have the real life experience, you have the passion, you have everything in this pot, and then it scorches. Damn. I mean, whoops. But so that's kind of what happened, and I feel like what did I do wrong? But sometimes you're talking to ants, you feel me, and you belong soaring with the eagles, okay? And no tea, no shade, coach. I got you again, but it's all right. sometimes you're talking to the wrong people. And I think for me, that's what it was. I'm trying to convince people that they will never conceptualize it because they low key haven't found themselves. So that's a whole nother issue. But you got to find the people who's open to hearing and understanding and perfecting and all these things. Stop talking to everybody. Okay? A lot of y'all talking to the wrong people and you wonder why your business not growing. Stop talking to everybody. Talk to the people who care. It might be 2, 3. That's all right. Because those 2, 3 people got some more people at the top. Because that's where I'm at. I forgot. I was starting from the bottom to the top. I was born at the top. I already did my bottom. Okay? And a lot of y'all have to. Going through the crap that you've been through, you've done the bottom already. There is no bottom. You pick up and you take your, whatever you've gone through, you take your testimony and you go right to the top with that thing. Okay? Because that's where I'm at. I just wanted to, I'm going to drink on that. Girl, I've been drinking good. It's water though.
Drinking good this good on the Speakeasy podcast. They're going to be like, wait, they drinking on the podcast?
I can't. It's water. I get it. H2O.
Drinking good. It's interesting because guess what? Everybody's journey is going to be different.
It's real. That's so real. And everybody's not meant to go with you. They're not meant to hear you. They're not even meant to sometimes maximize their full potential because they're there for something else. Even though you see it in them, you see. A lot of people partnering with a lot of people that they go. You gotta really, cause see, I need to not. So I'm manifesting. You feel me? The people that's going to the top where I'm going. It don't matter what you have. It's the mentality. I'm already at the top. Who gonna join me? Balls in your corner. Great.
Look, and be looking around going, well, sometimes you got to understand that the top will look a whole lot different than when you get there than what it did in your mind.
And a journey too. Let you know, we can't forget that because a lot of times you think for a second that I thought that I was going to go through this, and that to get here. Never. Kidding? I don't have time for that. Sometimes life will just take you there. And that's why you have to meander through your whys. You have to meander through what you learned and who you're talking to and why at this time. All these things you have to think about so you can continue to grow and evolve as a human being. As a business owner, as a friend, as a mother, as a sister, everything. And it takes time to do that. So I just encourage, if y'all don't get nothing else, listen, take your time, okay? And find yourself. That's it. That was good. That's good.
That was good right there. That was good. You have to understand it falls back to that foundation. This is a business. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. This is a business.
I'm taking it.
This is a business. Regardless of if you want to be the speaker, the author, it's still business. And you have to always look at it in such a way that this is business. I want what's best for my business. So I'm going to go get the coaching. I'm going to go and find out what I need to do. How am I going to show up as the best business that I can? And if not, then it's a hobby. And it's okay.
God bless you. Okay?
Hey, it can be your hobby.
Yeah.
But understand that if it's your hobby, you're not necessarily going to get paid for it.
Oh, you remember that movie, Silence of the Lambs? That's all right. I watched it the other day myself. You're so crazy.
You gotta understand. Realize what's really going on here. This is a business.
That's it.
This is a business. Get down to business and understand. Listen, we're trying to move forward. Every time I bring a new guest on to the Speakeasy podcast, you guys get a different perspective. You get more insight. You get more intellect. You get more wisdom. You get more knowledge and information. Why? Because these are people who have gone through the trenches. They've gone through everything and anything where you're saying, I can't. They're not saying I can. They're saying I have.
Mm-hmm.
And if for no other reason than you tuning in just to get that perspective, that whatever it is you've been through, somebody has gone through it and come out successful on the other side.
And you can too. Why not you?
It's 2:00.
Why not you? Okay? Because I know I ain't sometimes, okay? I'm human, you know? And so we are. So a lot of people get, I think they just get stuck on why is this happening to me? And why did this happen? And why, if my mom would have did this, I get it. This is the thing though, you got to take your power back, you see. Because you take it back. And you begin to put that energy towards something that matters, something that can grow your life, your business, you as a person, and you those people that did you wrong, did you bad. Let me tell you something. They what goes around comes around. Okay, wait for it. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, you might not ever even see it. Some people living in prison in their minds, and you don't even know it. Okay. Just know and believe that what goes around comes around, and you use whatever they think they did to you to catapult you to your greatness, because that is exactly where you belong. That's it.
I can't say nothing better. She just dropped the mic on us.
Hey, I mean, boo. I can't.
I feel like it's old school TV, and y'all about to see the joint come up on the screen. We're just gonna be. That's it. I feel like that's what's about to happen right now.
I saw it. I love you.
I feel like that's exactly what just happened, guys. It's literally, you should have just saw across the screen and go be with the little fuzzies.
Remember, you was there with TV. I can't with you. You know TV.
We are on our way to a whole new level.
Yeah.
We're on our way to a whole new realm of speaking, because you've been given tools and resources that allow you to be able to reach a broader audience. So with that being said, don't do yourself a disservice and do yourself in by not going ahead and grabbing a hold of all the information that you can. But not only grabbing a hold of information, we need to execute.
It's scary sometimes. People are scared. People are afraid. People have been put in a spiritual, they put themselves in a spiritual prison, you see, because of the things that people have done and said to them from a childhood on to the adulthood. I know what I'm talking about, because it what used to be me. And that's why it's so important that you find yourself. See, a lot of us are meandering through life, going to and fro. We think we're looking for whatever, but we're looking for ourselves. And we don't even know it. We don't even know it because we don't acknowledge the things that was taken from us. You see, we're trying to avoid it. We're trying to replace it. And I dare you. I'm asking. I'm offering for you to look that thing in the face and tell it what it's gonna do, and stop letting it tell you what you're gonna do. You take control of your life. You take control of your circumstances, and you live your best life, because that is what everybody should be doing. Period. Okay? So don't be looking at everybody around you saying, I wish I had that money. Go get it. You deserve it too, just like they do. We don't listen, okay? So you know, I couldn't feel sorry for losing the business and losing. I ain't tripping, because see, the thing is, we think people used us. No, you helped me, baby. My tool's so sharp. Listen, I can't listen. You can cough, and I can tell you exactly. So while you think you used me, oh baby, no. What you did was gave me all the practice I needed to go ahead and double my work. Boom. Okay. So that's all I'm saying. So I hope everybody got everything that they needed, because it's a wrap. Okay. And so,
right? Like, I hope you got what you needed.
I really do.
Go on, take you a plate home with you. Go on, fix you a take-out plate.
Because you done took your Tupperware, you done brought it with you. You ain't brought no plate. Y'all know the people that come with the Tupperware, they brought nothing. Don't do me. Go take more food and you ain't brought none, and you done brought. Okay, so you know what I'm saying.
That's it right there. You know what it is.
And I laid it out.
We just finished the Christmas season and New Year's. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know.
That one relative, here they come. You know, everybody talking about it because we know it's about to happen. Look, they got the bag, you know what I'm saying? Y'all so crazy. Listen, you know, and it's about just, you know, and being able to laugh at this stuff. Listen, me and my mom, I just got my mom and my dad at 30 because they were both on drugs, you see. And so they didn't even, my father didn't even hear me sing until I was 30, 31. He was like, and I had that was my second degree at the time. And he was just like, I didn't know, but you were sleeping. You feel me? But it's so funny how now we can go back. Now it's been some years, and we can go back and we kind of be laughing about it. We be like, man, remember we did, you know, because, you know, we know, so we done did all the crying. We done tore up you done all that. Now let's go back and just laugh at some of this dumb crap that we used to do. Where did they do that at? You feel me? And once you be able to let loose and kind of laugh at yourself, like, this idiot, you know what I'm saying? Because then you realize how far you've grown, how far you've come, you know? And so I was telling you about my book, and with my book, I wrote a journal. It's called Spill the Tea. I know. It's called Spill the Tea. I know. And so what's really cool about it is I've taken excerpts from my own journal because I've asked questions that people I don't think want to answer. These things that we avoid because we're hurt or we really don't know what to say or do because it's uncomfortable because my uncle did this and he's like right there. You understand? So I'm just saying. And so I gave people a real transparent from my journal to help them to answer the questions for themselves. You see. So that's what makes it really unique, and that's why it's called Spill the Tea, okay? And I'm really like kicking it like I'm kicking it with y'all right now in the book. So I'm like, okay, that's enough about me. Spill the tea. Tell me about you. So I designed it so you feel like you talking to me. I'm kicking it with you. You kicking it with me. But you really kicking it with yourself, okay? Because that's what I want you to kick it with you. And go back and read some of these thoughts that race in our minds that have held us captive, that we have avoided. So we'll see what happens. But that spill the tea on yourself. If you get the book or not, spill the tea. Get you a journal, write this down. You know what I'm saying? And figure out who you are.
Come on. It's time to do some reflection. Reflect.
We're about to go to the benediction.
Look, time to do some inner stuff. Look at the inner me. Let's look at the inner me. Let's figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I have so enjoyed this episode today, guys. So y'all see it.
Yeah.
Y'all see it. I love what I do.
Yeah.
I love connecting with speakers and authors from all over the world. I love bringing them on so that way you can hear their journey, not just about the books, but you hear their journey.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? If they can, then so can you. So let them know how they can get in contact with you and where they can get the book, because I want my book. I want my copy.
It's the launch party is tomorrow. I'm so dramatic, first of all. Look, you see, I do all this. I kind of just do that like by default. It's really who I am. It's fine. It's great. Because I'm kind of extra. I am. People tell me I am. Anyways, you can find me at Deonna Marie on Facebook. Deonna Marie Catledge. Actually, that's where you want to find me on Facebook. You can also find me at The Gift of Voice. If y'all are a speaker or singer and you want those vocal tips and tips and tricks, all these things, you can find some wonderful tips. Start there, please. Just read them. It's free, okay? It's at The Gift of Voice on IG, on Instagram. DeonnaMarie.com. You can find you can pre-order the book actually tomorrow, okay? At 5:00, we are doing a special on Facebook at my Wednesday with You show. So with Wednesday with You, I spend my Wednesdays with you, and my preface for the show is to provoke your thoughts and challenge your views. So we talk about basically a lot of stuff, real stuff that we kind of talked about today. The whole show is about that. So yeah, come on through. You feel me? I got some real cool giveaways. It's gonna be all the way live. I really hope. It's just so much pressure. I know. It's fine. I'm a little stressed out.
Yes, we all know about the stresses of launching a book.
When you're doing something right, when you're finally doing something right. Thank you, Coach Donnell. You know what I'm saying? Love you. When you got to slow down. You got to take one piece at a time. Baby, she gave me a whole elephant. Okay, I had to take a toe. Okay, let me take this toe and dissect it. I ain't messing with that. I'm about to mess with the rest of the elephant later on.
Listen,
but
okay?
when is that it? But when you begin to do stuff like that and start to break stuff down little bit by little bit, and when you're doing it correctly, it takes a little more time. It really does. I was trying to do a lot of stuff quick before, and it wasn't successful yet. This is going to be, because I've taken the time that it takes to think about it, to meander through my thoughts, to figure out how this and so that takes time. You know what I mean? Oh, and Shane, tomorrow I'm in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and I am playing an 18-year-old. It's been so long, don't tell. I can't with you. I'm playing an 18-year-old teen in a stage play. Y'all host is so silly. Y'all have to forgive her because she cracking up. But I know it's me. I know it's me. It's fine. So I got a production this weekend, and it's going to be wonderful. I can't wait to play this role. I just played it in Black Theater Festival in Atlanta, Georgia, and so now we're bringing it to Oklahoma. And so all this week, did you hear my voice go out a little bit?
I am so excited. I told you guys today's episode, I was having so much fun, and I knew something that I do, and this is just a little tidbit for y'all before I let you guys go for today, is that I always love to speak to, my guests right before we go live, and I kind of get a feel for the temperament of the conversation and the type of person that they are. Some people are a little more shy, so you got to pull a little bit more on them, and it's good to get that. You can't get that from a bio. You can't get that from somebody typing something in Messenger or sending you an email. I always like to do it right before the episode, and it also builds the momentum for the episode. So we were lit before we got. Okay, can't say lit because she was drinking. Wait. I can't. And then I'm fanning. I can't. Don't do that. Stay on the stay. Okay. So we were already on 200 before we even started. And that's one of the reasons why I love doing what I do is, being able to give you guys that information and share all of these different names and different people with you guys. Because guess what? You may have never met Deonna before today, but now you're going to check her out. You're going to look her up on Instagram. You're going to follow her, and you're going to say, I need to know her. And when she's coming to a city near you, you need to show up. Yeah, and show out. Oh, yes, because there's going to be some voice seminars coming up where I'm going to show y'all, some master classes where I'll show you everybody, because everybody and every voice is different. And so just to show people exactly what I can help you do instantly. Most people leave crying, literally. They're like, I didn't even know. I'm like, I know I'm crying too because I'm special. I'm touched. Everybody's all emotional. Like I know, because it's a wonderful thing to you have a treasure inside of you. You don't even know it's there. We looking for the gold at the end of the rainbow. It's inside of you. You see. So I have an innate ability to be able to show people they're a pot of gold. At least a glimpse. If you come back or not, it doesn't matter. I know you saw it. Job is done. I know. That's it. Sometimes all you need to do is see it. That sparks some things. See it and run because they're scared. Because it's big. You see? I understand where people are. They see it and they're like, oh, no, I ain't doing that. That's too much. I don't know how I'm going to accomplish that. So they run from it. Much more than you would probably think. Probably more so than not. They run. I used to be a runner. I used to be a runner. I know. Your daughter, she's running. I know. So we got great legs. It's great. It's fine. But I can't run no more. You feel me? I used to be a runner. I used to be the person to sit in the back of the room. See? Nobody knew who I was. Oh, girl. Wallflower? Yeah. I can tell you this, when it changed, I went to an event, a training this year, and I showed up to the training by myself. Okay. I'm the introvert. I'm okay with being by myself. And I was in the back of the room. I prefer to be by myself anyway. Mm-hmm. Well, I walk into the room and somebody's like, oh my goodness, hey. And I was like, wait, I was here by myself. Wait, no. Oh. And like people were like, oh my goodness, I follow you on Facebook. I follow you on Instagram. I follow you. Oh my goodness, I've been following your journey for 2 years. And I'm just like, I knew who they were and they knew who I was. And they're like, keep doing what you're doing. And they were inspiring me and everything. And then I leave the event, get in the Uber, and the Uber driver's like, I only know of like 2 people with that name. Are you do a lot of online business?
You never know. You never know. You know what? That's another thing. You never know. Somebody called me this week, right? And they asked me, we have a Black History program, and we something she needed. I read it real quick. I'm saying, sure. These are the particulars. I need to know, is this paid or not? What you need me to do, and what's the time? I'm really, really busy right now, and these are the things I need to know. And she was like, oh, and I'm no shade. I would have done it either way, But she said, we're honoring 4 people that are alive that are making history now, and we want to honor you. Girl, I'm still about to cry right now. I'm like, I'm just being me. I'm just being me, and I'm living fearlessly, and I'm not being scared anymore, and I don't care what I don't have, and I don't, and people are inspired. People are like, yes. And so I'm honored. I thought I was going to be singing for the people that's going to be honored. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't tripping, I'm like, great, that's wonderful. God bless them, My time will come. I'm not worried about that, But to be me, it took me all, what? So you never know, you guys, who's watching you, who's paying attention to you, who sees you. A lot of times we're worried about the people who don't, or the people we want to see us that don't. It's not about that. Who's assigned to you? Who is supposed to listen to you? Come on. See, I gave myself goosebumps. When you look, okay, we focus on the wrong thing, y'all. Focus on the people that you are assigned to, that's assigned to you. And they will come to you like magnets, you see. Once you take your power, you control it. And then you can begin to attract the things that you want and live the life that you're supposed to live, And that's what it's about,
That is most definitely what it's about. Guys, if you are a speaker or an author, I would love to have you on as a guest. Y'all know I get excited every time I have guests on. Go to bit.ly/speakeasy podcast, all lowercase, in order for you to pick a date that works best for you. I think we're like out to like March at this point, but they go quickly. So you want to go ahead and pick one. bit.ly/speakeasy podcast. Come on, share, listen, let's have a conversation and let's empower the world. I love the Speakeasy podcast as your host, Eltavis Pelzer, because we are literally connecting with people from all over the world, and it feels good.
Mm-hmm. I know. It's all great. Nerdy. I do too. I know. I think we're nerdy a little bit, though.
It's okay.
It's fine. I'm fine with it. People call me weird anyway. It's totally okay. I'm like, thank you.
Right? I had a guest on, the founder of Zero Shoes.
Okay.
Was on, and I said, in this day and age, the weirdos, the nerds, the geeks, we're winning. He said, what? We really are.
Girl, and they told me I had a learning disability and that I'll never get a degree. They told me that I'll never be able to understand anything. That's what they told me. And I believe that all the way up until a couple years ago, you see. And so I had to, yeah. So that's why you got to go back and talk about like what happened in my childhood, what these fools tell me as an adult. You understand what carried this from this to this? Why do I act like, and once you start doing this, then you can discover your business, you see. Then you can discover your voice. Then you can, you got to go at that first. But a lot of people done did this first, and honey, you got to go back. I know.
You got to go back. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's all right.
Sorry. It's a part of the process. My bad.
Yeah, it's the process. You can't skip the process.
No, most definitely not. So guys, I want you to make sure you let us know what you thought about this particular episode. Make sure that you reach out, connect. Why? Because listen, when you know that it's time for you to live your best life, it's time for you to live your dreams, walk in your purpose and your passion. Guess what? You need to go and connect with the people that are going to help you get there. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. It's enough for all of us to eat. Okay? Yes. Girl, I can talk to you forever. I'll be glad to get your number. We gonna talk later, okay? Because I just can't. You don't let go of good connection. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Connect with somebody like you don't. I don't let that because I listen now. I'm very cognizant of what I feel and what I say. Nah, you hold on.
So guys, we thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Share out the broadcast. Let us know what you felt. Make sure you go on over to iTunes and give us a review so that way we know how did this give you the feels? Did it give you the feels today? It gave me the feels.
Me too. Makes 2 of us. We're gonna make 3.
Okay.
Let us know.
Let us know. bit.ly/Speakeasy Podcast Show is how you can go and give us a review over on iTunes. So I love you guys.
Go find yourself. Okay.
And until next time, guys, don't forget to press it out.